currently a sophomore at UNT. I'm the editor-in-chief of Over Magazine, and I'm 20 years old.
Hello, come on in. This is where I live. This is our trash wall where we put our beloved things that are trash. So anything that's not a beloved piece of trash goes in our trash can. Everything else goes here. Then my room is this way. Much of my friends' art is here. Some of my old stuff is there. We have some of my own prints that I sold that I'm just finding frames for. So here's one of those. My mom, for a time period, worked and did art for our grandparents' store, which sold themed art to fraternities. And she also did a bunch of murals and stuff like that. And for a time period, she was an art teacher. I learned a lot by watching her drive and her making small businesses and working in small businesses doing art and just seeing that she liked it. So I kind of did it my own way. My schedule for shooting is very sporadic unless I'm working with a paid client. And so a lot of my creative work currently I've been doing for basically nothing because I've been trying to fulfill my creative ideas. I realized I really want to make a magazine. I didn't have a full idea of what that was. I didn't know if I wanted specifically to do stuff for Denton or what I wanted. Getting involved in the art scene in the Denton UNT community, I just kind of kept seeing all these artists who I didn't feel had a place to showcase their work. That evolved into me just being super active in the community, and then reached out to a ton of different people for assistance on this idea that I had, which was to make a magazine or some form of publication.
Bringing up this idea and just telling people I'm starting a magazine, we're starting a magazine, and not having a physical copy or showing anything yet for it. And then kind of having already 3 issues out is something I think we should both be proud of. Everyone on the team should be proud of because, again, we started off with 5 people and now we're over 100, so.
And then we just all contacted every single person that we could, saying hey, we're doing this thing, hey, we're doing this thing. Come be a part of it, come submit your work, come do art with us, no matter what it is that you're doing. Then we finally launched our first edition that April, and we put all of that together in about 2.5 months, and now we're here.
My affiliation with Nate, first we were friends about 2 years ago before the magazine started. And he contacted me asking for help and how to get a fashion magazine going. And so that's how it all started, kind of. We just started from there, and now we're here. It's kind of crazy to think about that, actually.
Obstacles with Over Magazine at first was definitely figuring out Over's identity, figuring out were we ambitious enough to do the entire DFW, did we want to keep it just UNT, did we want to keep it just Denton? We were brainstorming what we wanted for the next edition, and we had been talking about off and on things that had to do with movement or being withheld from doing some sort of physical, movement, running, jumping, dancing, self-expression, stuff like that. The sustainability dress is part of a larger project that I'm working on that directly relates to the movement theme for Over Magazine's 3rd edition, because it's about sustainability in fashion. It's about moving towards a more sustainable future is kind of what my take on it was. It was made to represent sustainability in fashion, seeing as it's all recycled materials and all just plastics that I had laying around. I just kind of decided that in 2020 I wanted to do a lot of stuff that was very kind of in your face about what I was trying to say. All of that put together kind of influenced just me, and then what Over is doing with this next edition. For me, art is always and will always be a collaboration, even if I'm doing it all by myself. At the end of the day, I think everybody is inspired by something.
When you pull in other people from Over, you get everybody's perspectives, and you get a cohesive kind of final product that has everybody's say in it.
When everyone gets together during Over meetings, I feel really accomplished because that was the whole point. That's why I started it. I wanted to make a community that could collaborate and work together and build and grow off one another.
We want to be perceived as professional, but we still very much so are students and young people all throughout the DFW who do some form of art. Of course, we want that to stay in mind, but we still are growing and changing and trying to find the best way to lay out our work and our best way to like present ourselves.
Non-late deadline is March 8th. So just a reminder, if you need to take a picture, it's there. It's also on our website. And we'll probably be putting out a little flyer soon just as a reminder.
So obviously what we wanted to happen this semester did not happen at all, but we are trying to move forward. The quarantine started a week before our fashion show was supposed to happen. It is very frustrating for like me not being able to do this thing that I've like put so much time, energy, money, and just everything on. I refuse to let Over Magazine die because of COVID-19, and I refuse to like just not do art anymore because like this is taking away opportunities from me. That's kind of my plan for the future, is just continue moving forward, and I'm gonna try my best to pursue photography and continue my publication work with Over Magazine, and hopefully I will jump onto the next idea I have and make it work.